All right. Welcome to Tuesday Travel Chat. I'm Julia from Go Travel, and today I have Rhonda Whitfield from Baker's Cay Resort in Key Largo. Hey, Rhonda, how is it going?
It's going great. Thank you so much, Julia, for having me. Appreciate it.
I'm excited to learn all about your resort. Let's just jump right in. But as a reminder, when you book with Go Travel, we have very special amenities that you can get when you book, and we're going to talk about those today. But if you're
Absolutely.
looking for a great Florida resort, Baker's Cay is one you're going to definitely want to think about. So, Rhonda, tell us a bit.
Well, I'm going to jump right in and tell you that a lot of people don't understand the Keys or don't know where the Keys even are. So, we are sitting at the very tip of the mainland of Florida, just a few minutes south of Miami. About 15 miles south of Miami is where the Florida Keys actually start. The Florida Keys are a chain of islands. They're about 120 miles long. And our key, we call it the first key in paradise, also known as the dive capital. We are the very first major key that you get to when you're driving south. The Florida Keys are really a unique destination. Um, they really appeal to people, and there's a little slide in here that talks about the guest that really finds the Florida Keys appealing, and it's really people that are looking for an off the beaten path type of experience, people that want to get back to nature, get to know each other again, disconnect from the hubbub of the world. And our property in particular is just really all about inspiring people by being surrounded by nature. That's actually the ethos of our entire property, and it's weaved throughout the story, the guest journey at the property. So from the minute you drive in, throughout your entire stay, you'll notice that everything is touched by nature, and it's also augmented by an extensive sustainability program. So not only is our love for nature just being out in nature, but it's taking care and being good stewards of nature. So we invite our guests into that. We're sitting on 15 acres right on the beautiful aquamarine Florida Bay. So it's really a lovely sanctuary where you get the best of both worlds. Really, we have a true dichotomy on our grounds where guests will experience wide open soft sand beaches, where I'm not sure if you know, but that's actually a rarity in the Florida Keys because of our ecosystem. So you can dip your toes in the sand and walk right in to that beautiful blue water, but you can also walk underneath this hardwood hammock forest, which we're so known for here in the Florida Keys. It's a protected species. So you really have a lot of different little vignettes throughout the property to get lost in, to spend time with your loved ones. Kids absolutely love all of the nature programming. So from start to finish, you're really going to feel that getting back to nature ethos here at Baker's Cay.
I mean, I know for sure I'm born and raised in Central Florida, and I really have never spent time down in the Keys. Floridians don't even necessarily make it down there. For us, it's a kind of a dreamland escape that we want to go see, let alone people from other places. So
Yeah,
I'm. It sounds
absolutely.
wonderful.
Yeah, I'm born and raised in Miami, Florida. If you can believe it, that's a rarity. But I discovered my love of the Florida Keys about 20 years ago, and it was really an education for me how much the Florida Keys has to offer for so many people. So it's not just people that want to come down and do the typical, Florida Keys experience. You think of Key West. There's so many beautiful keys to stop at along the way, with Key Largo, of course, being the very first. The Baker's Cay guest, you'll see a little thing on the screen here, is really, like I said, somebody that's looking for that off the beaten path. But that could be a family, that could be a couple, that could be a group or a wedding. Somebody who really just wants to kind of get lost in nature. The benefit of Baker's Cay Resort as well is that we are a lifestyle property. It feels very boutique and very independent, but we do have that backing of being a Curio Collection by Hilton. So we do have those Hilton benefits on top of the signature benefits. So you can double up on those. So a lot of people find that reassuring as well. And some of the times that we've been living in, being able to have keyless entry, digital check-in and keyless entry. If you really just want to go directly from your car to your room, that's available with the Hilton Honors app. So not only do you have this independent boutique feel, but you have the backing of a real legacy organization behind it, and all of that structure behind it. And of course, booking through Signature gives you those amazing additional amenities on top of that, where you'll see it later in the deck there. But the continental breakfast credits for two, the resort credit to use on property. Again, so many of the wonderful amenities and activities that we have available for your stay.
Fantastic. And again, if you have questions, do let us know in the comments, and we'd be happy to answer those throughout today's chat. So what are we looking at right here?
Okay, I was going to tell you, this is a little bit of a tour I've provided so that you can take a look at what I mean about experiencing nature throughout. So as we converted to a Curio Collection, we had an opportunity to take a legacy Hilton property and really turn it into something meaningful. So every step of the way during the design, we reached out to local artists, we sourced natural and sustainable materials. So you'll kind of see that in the design aesthetic as well, where it's a beachfront property, but there's a real nature feel to it throughout. And you'll notice as we take the tour, lots of windows, because we're inviting that greenery and that sunshine and that water in. So it's very, very open and airy. This is our library. The library is a communal gathering area and also serves as a pre-function space to one of our ballrooms, our Baker Ballroom, that's named after our namesake, Captain Ben Baker. So the library is a really popular area for groups or for gatherings, for just people hanging out after a day out on the sun, playing a little billiards there. There's a grab and go, a borrow book lending right there. You can see lots of books that change hands, games for kids that they can engage in with their families here in this area. So it's a really nice gathering spot that adds to, like I said, these vignettes and these spaces that are available just kind of disappear throughout the property.
Well, and I love that. It creates a sense of warmth, like you said, community, but you don't get a library in every resort where you go. I think that's really a special thing. Now, you did mention Miami briefly, so because that's where you were born. Now,
Yes.
Rod has a question, is asking how far from Miami is the resort? So
hi, Rod. So Miami is it's a really easy drive from Miami. I actually live myself near the Miami International Airport, where guests would fly into if you're coming from out of town. It's about an hour and 5 to an hour and 10-minute drive. And that totals about 64 miles. So it's a nice, just far enough away to feel like you're a world away from Miami.
That's awesome. It's you can be in that hustle and bustle, and then on a quick drive,
within an hour, yes, you'll feel like you're in the islands. Absolutely.
That's awesome.
So we're looking here at our lobby area. This is, as you can see, lots and lots of windows. This one is overlooking one of our exterior corridors. The one on the right-hand side is the office area, our little business center for our guests. They can just go there, print things out, check online, do whatever they need to do. And again, you'll notice lots of little seating areas for people to just relax and enjoy the lobby. It really does feel like we wanted, the whole design aesthetic was for people to feel like they're at home, so they can grab a little corner and sit and chat and enjoy.
I love it. It's gorgeous. Here's where we're talking about the kind of where it is, taking a look at that map.
Absolutely. So if you'll notice, I put a little arrow there. The Florida Keys chain starts, like I said, about 15 miles south of Miami proper. It is right at the end of, if you've heard of the Florida Turnpike, and that turns into Highway 1. It's a historic highway, also known as the Overseas Highway, because it goes all the way over the water via 42 bridges all the way down to Key West. So you'll notice there, the Key Largo is the first major key that you get to after you go over the big bridge that takes you into Monroe County, which starts the Florida Keys. And I added some information there for all of your viewers on transportation options, how to get in and out, and distances from various airports.
Fantastic. So if you kind of wanted to do a Keys,
I lost you there a little bit, Julia.
if go for me, Rhonda.
I'm not sure if you can hear me, but you're
Okay.
breaking up. But I think you were asking if you wanted to do multiple keys in one trip. Is that what you were saying?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so it's a very easy drive from Miami to Key Largo. Like I said, it's a great way to explore the Keys, to make a stop in each of the major area of the Keys and spend 2 or 3 nights in each one, because much like the Caribbean, each major key has its own flavor, its own pace, and its own attractions. So, like I said before, Key Largo is really known for diving and snorkeling. So, as you can see in this picture, it's all things water, but it is family friendly, couple friendly, group friendly. So, if you enjoy the water, if you enjoy getting back into the back country, seeing nature, seeing wild birds, seeing sea life up close and personal, this is a really great place to experience it. There are national and state parks in Key Largo as well. And a lot of the tourism options here in Key Largo outside of the resort are either very low cost or no cost. So it's a great place to bring your family.
And Rhonda, can you hear me? Am
I
I
can.
am I all right, fantastic. So we have another question from Rod. He's asking if you're coming by private boat, are there docking facilities?
Yes, we do. We actually have a dock with over 20 slips here at Baker's Cay. We can take a boat with up to 6 foot draft here at Baker's Cay, and you can reserve directly online your slip on our activities page, or just contact sales and we will assist you. So you can take your boat in and out.
And of course, just always let your travel advisor know ahead of time, and we'll work that out again, and we'll work with Rhonda and the resort and help you with
Absolutely.
that. Okay, next, where life slows down and spirits rise. So this is a great photo of kind of a
Yes,
aerial
it is
photo.
an aerial photo at sunset. That is one of the beauties of being on the Florida Bay. Here's that photo that I was telling you, which is a rarity in the Keys, of that natural soft sand beach there to the left. That's what we call our coconut beach. Coconut beach is because of the soaring coconut palms, of course. And then as you go right on the photo, you'll see lots of trees there. That's our hammock beach, which is just full of shady hammock trees, and you can just find amazing little spots to hide under the trees and dip right into the water. But as you can see, it is primo spot for sunset viewing and those magical watercolor skies that light up at night. And it's just an amazing nature show every evening here at the Cay.
Gorgeous. Now, talking about where you're going to stay.
Absolutely. So we have a wide variety of rooms and suites for guests from 2 people to 6 per room, as well as adjoining room, or I should say connecting rooms. Every single room type, and we'll go through a few of them here, a few photos, but every single room type again carries that sustainability ethos throughout, with naturally sourced materials, the colors and the aesthetic help you to feel like you are kind of stepping into nature. As you can see, every room also has its own open air balcony, so you're either overlooking the water, the lush grounds, the resort gardens, and things like that. So it's unique views throughout. And like I said, it's from regular size rooms to 1 bedroom suites or 2 bedroom suites. Connecting rooms can accommodate up to 8. And so, if your travel planner or advisor needs some help, reach out to the sales department and we can help you find just the right configuration for your family or your group.
That's gorgeous. I love the greenery within the rooms.
Yes, those are monstera leaves, which is that grows here at the resort. We bring a little bit of, you've heard of green spaces and blue spaces and how it really does affect the mind body wellness. So we do bring a little green inside every single room, so that you can have that during your stay. And again, it's all about feeling like you're home.
It's gorgeous.
Thank
Yep.
you.
There's the woods, there's like kind of the woody feel, but then those soft colors, but then a little hard
Exactly.
color. I'm not an
You've got it
interior
exactly.
decorator, but I love this look.
Yeah, it's an island feel with a little mid-century, but lots of sustainable textures and fabrics. And it really, the colors of the sand, the sea, the ocean, and the sun are definitely represented here.
And as far as, I mean, is this couples? Is this families? Is this young, old? I mean, what demographics?
This resort has a little something for everyone. Families are quite popular during, the spring travel, the spring break periods, the summer, because we do have such an extensive array of on-site activities for kids. Everything from foam parties to, remote control car racing and pool games and so on and so forth. But honestly, there's a whole lot for couples. I mean, just the little opportunities for romance, from private. Well, here's one of my favorites: coming in by seaplane. You can actually do that, Rod. Come in by private seaplane directly to our beach. But lots of opportunity for romance for couples as well, from private beachfront dinners or right on our pergola for two underneath the hardwood hammocks, to, booking these amazing excursions like a seaplane fly over the Keys, just hanging out in a hammock during the day, having tequila tastings, or, toasting the sunset every evening as the sun goes down. So families and couples alike really do have things to enjoy without leaving the resort for days on end.
Oh yeah, here's that exploration, like you were saying.
Yes, absolutely. So the K1 team, this is our recreation activities team. So not only do we have activities, we call them adventures as well, because there's something to do for everyone. So this happens to be a family that has visited us, loves the resort. They're out there hanging out on the floats that are out, and they're tied down. So these are kind of permanent floats in the water. But there's a full line of water sports that goes out directly from our dock, as well as fishing. So we have anglers that are fishing, coming in and out on boats. We have sunset cruises. We have water toys. We have, honestly, the person who just wants to hang out on one of those great chairs back there and have a fruity drink, they're right at home too.
It's fantastic. Now, again, if you're thinking of booking, just visit us at gotravel.com and our advisors can help you with this. So, exclusive amenities by booking through Go Travel include the continental breakfast for two daily, and Calusa. Is that correct?
That's correct. Calusa is one of our restaurants. We serve breakfast there daily, as well as the Pink Flamingo brunch on Sundays. But yes, the continental breakfast is available. If you don't want to eat in, you can take it out. As well as a resort credit of $50 to be used on any of those activities and amenities that we mentioned earlier. And then, of course, as an added benefit, these are on availability, but we really do our best for our signature partners to get you these amenities, from upgrades, a room type or a view upgrade, early check-in, late checkout, all of those things that we really try to do because Signature is such a great partner.
So, moving through more of the resort here, just
Just
a few
more of
more.
resort photos to familiarize you with kind of the look and feel. Like I said, anything from just relaxing. Here's one of our favorite. We do sunset yoga. Here's a great shot of the beach from up above, and just what it really looks like on a beautiful clear day. Look at those blues. It's one of my favorite shots. I just love all the blues of the Key Largo, waters. It's so gorgeous. It's reminiscent of the Caribbean, really, without leaving the mainland.
Exactly. I mean, and you don't need a passport.
Exactly. Really, really easy travel into Miami in an hour straight down, and you're here. Lots more activities there, from basic bicycles to, motorized sports. So the adventure lovers want to go out on a jet ski, they can do that. Somebody who just is learning to paddle on a paddleboard, they can do that.
This is fantastic. And then flavors of the K.
Flavors. So not only do we have great activities and amenities, but we have some amazing culinary programs. So Calusa is what we mentioned earlier for breakfast. Calusa is closed for lunch, but open again for dinner. And what we are serving in Calusa is really, again, focus on sustainable local seafood. Chef Andy Papson, an amazing chef, brought a little bit of his New Orleans days with him. So contemporary American cuisine with a little Creole Caribbean flair to it makes an amazing mix. We have our dry rocks, which is our all day menu. It's right directly on the beach. You can get your sandy, your toes sandy while you're drinking something. But we have some amazing, amazing tacos, a collection of tequila and mezcals that is there's nobody with that line of tequila and mezcals in the entire Florida Keys. We do tastings in there. And like I said, it's all day. It's live music on the weekend. So it's a really laid back vibe with a really high touch curated menu. We have our tiki bar directly on the beach. We have our pool bar, fun, fruity drinks. We have a food truck over there, so appeals to families and kids. We have our chef's garden on the roof. We utilize the herbs and vegetables and from the roof to create our own hot sauces that we serve throughout the resort. That is, again, Chef Andy Papson's amazing vision. And then Dock to Dish is not only, it's a dining experience. So we are the only resort, or the first resort in all of the U.S. that was invited by Dock to Dish. It started in Montauk, New York, and it was all about sustainable fishing. So they thought, what a great property that is really promoting sustainability and conservation to partner with us. It takes the guest out. They experience what it's like to fish sustainably. You only catch what you're going to eat. You only catch what's in season. You take it back to the resort along with the chef. You're curating your own menu. You're using every single bit of that fish. Nothing goes to waste, because we know a lot of times we're very wasteful. But that's what this is about, is learning in a very tactile way how we can preserve and protect while still enjoying those delicious things from our saltwater pantry. It's a great experience.
Super cool. I love those unique things when you go somewhere new,
Yeah.
to have different types of experiences like that. Where
These
are
are
we
just
seeing now?
Well, so this is Dry Rocks, one of my favorite places on the entire resort, where you get that feel of I've arrived. So this is the deck at Dry Rocks. Those swings are iconic. I just absolutely love them. And when I get here, I like to walk down there and dip my toes in the sand and just take a look at that blue. These little swings on the right are also at Dry Rocks, are really, really fantastic. Just a fun another little cozy nook, a corner where you'll see families sitting, parents, or what have you, just sitting and doing their thing, checking their email or having a fruity drink and just swinging underneath the trees.
And this is the Instagram location. This is for sure one of the stops.
These are two of our Insta spots for sure.
And this is gorgeous.
Calusa. This is the Calusa Terrace. So if you've noticed, we have lots of outdoor dining spaces. So that is the point, getting people out into nature, experience it, breathe some fresh, salty air. It's really good for you. And so we try to get everyone out as much as possible. We have 2 levels to the terrace. And of course, there's also an indoor dining room. I believe I added a picture in there, but if not, I apologize. But yes, this is Calusa, our signature dining restaurant.
And then
the tiki bar. You can't go wrong with a beachfront tiki bar with those palm trees waving in the wind.
Gorgeous.
Just a couple of little things. This is on the left, one of our welcome drinks that we do. It's a cored out pineapple, and we have a big connection to pineapples. Not only is it the symbol of hospitality, but our namesake, Captain Ben Baker, actually farmed this land that we are sitting on, these 15 acres. It was part of his historic pineapple plantation. So that is it's weaved throughout our story as well. And then over to the right, you'll notice our coconut with our monstera leaf on it. This is one of the activations that we do at our pool bar. We do a Papa's Pilar. It's a locally distilled rum from Key West, and we do tastings and cocktails out at our pool every Tuesday.
Oh, sounds fun.
Delicious. And last but certainly not least, I always have to put this in there because it is part of what made me fall in love with Baker's Cay, is the thoughtfulness put into every aspect of our guest journey from arrival through departure. All of the things that we're trying to do to inspire our guests to become stewards of our oceans and our earth. And so that's just a list of some of the things that our guests will experience throughout the resort, such as no single-use plastics, partnerships with Path Water. So there's no plastic water bottles here on our property. There's water filling stations throughout. Even our sunscreen that we sell in our gift shop is reef safe because we're trying to protect and regrow those reefs with some of our partners. And so even our retail partners that we have in our gift shop, we actually require them to be responsible vendors. So whether it's bathing suits made from recycled plastics from the ocean, or it's, like I said, the reef safe sunscreen, or it's toys that are made from, upcycled materials from different vendors to lather our amenities in our bathroom that has a fully sustainable production process. These are the things that we look for. We go the extra mile to find vendors who care as much as we do about conservation.
That's amazing. It's nice to know that you're staying at a place that is really making all of those efforts. You can feel good about your stay.
Yeah, we want to keep doing more. We really do. But because look how beautiful this is, and it's really important to conserve it, to sustain it for the next generation. But it's such an amazing place to stay. This is Dry Rocks again on the beach, but in the evening. And you really just can't get much better than that.
Love it. So again, Baker's Cay Resort in Key Largo. Thank you, Rhonda, for giving us this kind of snapshot at this gorgeous resort. Now I'm more inspired to get down to the Keys. I feel like it's time. I've
Absolutely.
got to make it down.
Absolutely. It was a real privilege and an honor to be on your show and to be able to tell your guests and travelers and advisors about what the Florida Keys as a whole, but particularly what Key Largo and Baker's Cay has to offer.
Appreciate it. We look forward to talking again in the future. And in the
Wonderful.
meantime, if anyone is interested, just give us a shout at gotravel.com and we will hook you up with all these exclusive amenities and get you your perfect vacation at Baker's Cay. In the meantime, we'll see everybody right back here next Tuesday for another Tuesday travel chat. In the meantime, have a wonderful week. Bye.
Thanks, Julia. Bye.